to open up, people are starting to find their schedule harder to manage.
Yeah.
Yes,
There's a lot of
I agree.
participants who can't join our session will actually get in touch with us for the recording.
Recording.
Correct.
Yes.
As usual.
They will keep asking when was the recording to be ready.
Mm.
Okay, today we're going to get the second part of the word formatting. So
Mhm.
last week we talked about a lot of those bold, italic, underline, and the paragraph formatting. But today we're going to go a little bit intense on certain topic, especially like table. Okay, we're going to talk about table. Table is actually part of the very important feature in Microsoft Word. A lot of people need to have a table to make sure you design everything and align properly. Okay, so first few thing I want to talk about is how do you create a table first lah. Easy one lah, easy one. Okay, now this is the table that you probably would have in mind to create. For example, this is like a progress chart of some some activity that you have. So this ABC could be something that is the task or the thing that you need to do. So I just create something simple like this. Now I'm going to design this again, all over again. Okay, so you have to count how many columns are there. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Actually, it's like Monday to Saturday twice is already 14 now. Correct? 14, 15, 16 now. There are 16 columns altogether. So if you look A to J is 10, then this is 11, this is 12. So there are 12 row, 16 column. So let's build that over here. So I just have to insert table. Okay. Now if you are not going to count from here like this, then never mind. You just go to insert table. Then you just tell them the number of column is 16 and number of row is 12. And so just do that exactly like this. It's not that complicated after all, right? Now let me just change my font size to not so big. Okay, so let me change this one. Right click, modify. I will change this to 10. Everything is smaller font size. And yeah, this is too big. Maybe I'll start this on a new page. So I will be going up and down to see the table. Okay, so the first row that you see here is all merged together. So how do we merge? You can highlight this whole thing, layout, then there is something called merge. Okay, you can do that. And then this entire column here, okay, is also going to be merged. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, see, they are merged already. Okay, so that's something that you can do. I'll show you another method in a while. So I'm going to just lazy to type. So I'm going to copy and paste. Paste. Okay, so I got a progress chart. Now, how do we type something like this? Schedule. See, when I click here and I type, right, and I say Control V, the word schedule will go from left to right. So how can I switch this particular text so that it is from top to bottom? So there is something called text direction, which you can change immediately, right? And you can put it into the middle. Up to you, right? You want to put it at the top, you can do that also. So that's your schedule. Just go to the text direction and just change the alignment. No reason to go and do a lot of things. So let me see what am I doing now. Why am I so, the font size is so big? Oh, this 24-point size. No wonder it's so big. Okay, so let's change this one to 12. Let's change this one to, let's say 18. This 12 is a bit too small. A bit bigger. Right, now I already have roughly the starting of the table already. Right, now I have to have Monday and so on. So I'm going to copy this. Lazy to type again. Put it here. Okay, so it's all Monday to Saturday and Sunday again. Okay, then I have my ABC. put it here. Okay. Basically, it's just myself here. I just do copy and paste to save some time. If not, I'll be wasting my time typing. So what I want to do now is for this particular cell, if I want to merge them together, I got no problem doing this, right? You already seen how I do it just now. But I want to show you another method. The method is called drawing. Drawing. So I go to this table design. There is this border, okay, which I can actually draw the table. Draw the table. I can also erase the table. So draw and erase. Eraser and also drawing. So here you have draw table. You can draw the table, or you can actually use the eraser. Where is my eraser? So that is an eraser. Draw. Sorry, too long didn't do all this drawing already. It's somewhere here. It has to be here.
Can you search for
Okay,
it, Kelvin?
Hmm?
Is it possible to search for
erase.
that feature? Table eraser. There you go.
Where is it?
It's your icon, your mouse pointer
I
has
know,
become
but
it.
where do I find it? Must be an eraser somewhere, right?
Yeah. It's hidden. Word
Yeah,
best
that's right.
kept secret.
So there's something called eraser, you can see here.
Table eraser, yeah.
So now I can start to draw the
Let me
line.
find it for you.
I can,
Table eraser.
you can just erase it like as if you are using what do you call this? The real eraser. Just click. There you go. What's this? Why is there a red color thing here? Then I can do this by erasing it. Right? This one can erase. Right. So I can press escape to get rid of this. Now I think this is because of my computer is lagging. Yeah, you see it's not there one. Now, if I were to use the border again, I go to this draw table, I can draw a diagonal line. See that? I can draw a diagonal line. Just draw like a normal pencil. Just draw. Here you go. So that was exactly what I'm showing you. How to draw this line? Just use a pencil. Just use a pencil to draw the line. Okay, so this is basically just another replicate of that particular cell on top. Okay, so yeah. All this the font size is a bit big. So let's make the font size smaller. Okay, when it's small, it will be very small.
Oh, okay, we found the eraser already.
Where is it?
At layout.
Layout.
Yeah, the fifth from the left.
Achoo.
It become very big. Last time it's very small.
Yeah, last time it was just a small, tiny eraser somewhere on the right hand side.
Small
Now it's
eraser.
like,
Now it become bigger.
yeah, they switched the place. That's why I got a bit stuck just now. Thanks for locating it. A, B, C, D, and so on. So you just have to work on that. Now, if I want this to be a little bit bigger, what I can do is I highlighted it. I highlight it again. Then what I can do is I can distribute the table one. So distribute the row so that they are all same size. Okay, but because this is actually already merged, then it will be a little bit harder. So before you actually do all these things here, you have to make sure that you distribute them first. So in this case, I will just distribute this side. Okay, also cannot. So As long as they already have merging, this one you cannot move radio. Okay, so you have to clear off all this and then you can distribute. But I think column you can still distribute. So if let's just say I make this one a little bit wider, I like this. Okay, I want them to be distributed column, they will be distributed evenly. Now the row just now cannot because of this lah, because of this thing here, you cannot distribute it because they already merged it. Okay, so just some quick design. We don't have to think about the drawing and so on. We can actually do it this way also. Right click and delete that's my table. Delete the table. I can use the pen straight away. So once I actually insert a table here, right? Insert a table. I can straight away just draw the table, the size that I want. So this is a table. Now, I think this is a bit too big. Why is the table 26? 11. Okay, so now I go to the layout like what Core has found. Layout. There's a drawing, there's an eraser. So the drawing, just click and you can draw. Right? Just draw. Then you want to split it into how many columns? Okay, so sorry. Just split it into number of columns. Okay. Don't worry about whether you are drawing it evenly or not. Because once you are done, you highlight all this, okay, and you can already distribute the column evenly. Okay, so when you draw, you don't worry about drawing it very nicely, same size and so on. You don't have to. Okay, so you can do all that. Now, this is similar to when we use a piece of paper to sketch a table. Just sketch it first, and once you are done, you can just distribute them. So select all this and you distribute the row. See that? Why are they not able to? You just select everything. Okay, so it distributed already. Now, what happened now after you have distributed everything nicely? You can use the eraser. You tell them, actually, these two merge together one. Actually, this one merge together one. So you can just take it away one. Just highlight. So now it's like you're using the eraser to erase off the lines. So it's not easy to use. It's not easy to use like that normal table design that we do. Now we can actually just use eraser to erase off. And you want to break it into half again. 1, 2 like that. Go ahead. Just break it further. You can draw a vertical line. Okay, so these are all the table drawing lah. Now, very seldom I see anyone actually spend time drawing this lah. They will normally just count. They will just count how many columns they need. So, for example, if I'm going to do something called meeting minutes, so I will just go and insert table. I just highlight like this, right? So maybe I will just put 4 columns. Then I will just make it smaller. So for this table, again, I'm not going to use 24 point size. I'm going to make it 12 point size. So make it a bit smaller. This make it a bit smaller. This is for numbering. Right. This one is for the title. Okay, title. So this one is number. Okay, description. Then this one is for action. Right, and then this one is by who. Number, description, and by who. Okay, so let me see why is this using Times New Roman? Arial, 10 point size. These are using Arial. .4 clear all. So go back to normal. So this is the table that you normally people will design something like this lah. After they have typed in everything, well, for example, they type in something here, type in Then the action, what are the action is supposed to be taken, right? And then this one is by Noel, something like that. So this is number 1. Once they have finished everything, they can adjust all this row to make it a little bit wider, make it wider a bit, and so on. Okay, and the last part is, right, don't have to highlight the selection anyway. You just click the table and you can tell them that please view only the grid line, and I don't want to have any border. So this one, no border. I don't want to have any border. So I go to this design. Under the border, I'll put there no border. I just want to show the grid line. Grid line is not printable. You notice that there is no border. I zoom in. There's no border when you print, but you know the grid line. So if you don't see the grid line, just go and take this grid line. It looks very clean, no without the boxes. So these are the things that you can do. Now I'm going to copy this. Okay, let me show the grid line. I'm going to copy this, copy, and I'm going to paste. Paste, 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 paste. Now you notice it's the same thing. I copy and paste it into the same thing. So what I want to do now is I want to make sure that when this particular data move on to the next page, I would like this title to be replicated. Okay, so I highlight this first row. I tell them to repeat my row header. So when I click that, when they go to the next page, automatically the row header is there. There's no reason for you to copy and then go to the next page and paste it, and then go to the next page to paste it. So you just highlight that particular row and you tell them, please repeat this row. So for those of you who have your table, you create a table, we put your company logo, all the description, all the date, everything, your company date, what do you call that, the address and so on, the name, address, you put it into a very nice table. So what you do is you select that particular page and then you make that as your row to repeat, the header row. So if your entire document is a table, then good lah. Anytime when they move on to the next page, automatically your company header is there. There are people who design it that way lah, for their invoice document, for their PO, for their business statement and so on. So they use table. So anytime when the information flow to the next page, this set of header will reappear on the next page. These are some of those things that you will see a lot of people are using the table for, right? Especially when they design something called invoices, PO, using Microsoft Word. Okay, so and now any questions so far? Now this is something very quick lah. I don't want to spend so much time on this. Let's move on. If you don't have any question. Right, so we close this one. Now I have a file which is a Microsoft Excel file. Then I have another file here which is a TXT file. So a lot of people, they have their Excel file and they want to bring this particular file to their Microsoft PowerPoint. A lot of people do that, right? So they highlight, then what they do? They copy, they go to their Microsoft Word, and they paste. Now there's nothing wrong with that layout. Now let me choose a margin that is small, narrow. Then I paste. Okay, so when I paste it, this is how they look like, and they pasted as a table. They are pasted as a table. I repeat, they are pasted as a table when you just do a normal copy and paste. But if you don't want to copy and paste it as a table, when you paste, you can go to the paste special. You can decide that you want to paste it as a picture, a bitmap, whatever you want, right? So I want to bring that in as a picture. Now there's no connection, it's just a normal paste. So you bring in, it's just like a picture. Okay, and you can make it bigger or smaller to fit that location that you have. Okay, don't use it as a table. So another one that you can paste is paste special. You can paste it as an Excel object. So when you click that, So it comes in and you can make it smaller. This is an Excel object. Now what happened is you can still edit the content. So when I double click this, okay, it will open up my Microsoft Excel in Microsoft Word. So I can do all the changes I need. So maybe this fella Liu Run is no longer staying in Perak, moved to Kuching already. So I change to Kuching. So when the moment I click outside, you see, can change. But this doesn't change the original that I copy from. If I go back to my Excel, right, it's still in Perak. It doesn't change. Okay, got the idea? So this kind of formatting is they follow. You can, if you want to format, you just highlight the row number 1, you make it red, you want to make it maybe yellow, something like that. You can just click outside, that's it. However, your Microsoft Excel doesn't change. All right. Now, if you say, I don't want so troublesome, I don't want to do it here. I want to make sure that every time I copy this data, when I bring them into my Microsoft Word, I will paste it with a link. Paste it with a link. When I go to the link, I just paste it as a picture will do. It doesn't have to be an Excel object. So I'm going to make it smaller. Fit. Now, I can't double click and make changes even though it's an Excel. I will have to go back to Excel, highlight this. I'm going to choose a light green color. All this, I want to make it into a light orange color. Okay, something like that. Maybe something lighter. So this one, I want to make it into something darker. Blue, and the text is white. So you take a look. This is how it looks like. If I go to my Microsoft Word now, it will change automatically. That's because when I paste, I actually use paste link. Paste link into this. You get it? Now, you notice we can use just copy and paste, right? There's another method that we can also do, right? Which is this. Okay, we go to insert object. That's the object, insert object. So I will click create from the file. I'll browse for it. So the file is actually inside my folder, part 3, table. So this is the Microsoft Word table. So I click insert. Now this is the file that I'm going to bring it in, and I want to do a link to the file. Okay, so when I click OK, the table comes in really. Okay, it's the same, right? It's the same as like copy and paste. Very similar. But they didn't bring anything, they bring just this part only. So what happened when I double click it? They bring me to the Excel. So you only bring a snippet of it. If you want the whole detail, just double click it. It will bring you to the original. Because I created a link just now. A link to the file. They give you a little bit. When you double click, you can see the whole thing. Okay, so there are so many ways to bring data from Excel into your Microsoft Word. Okay, so I show you a couple of them already. So insert. Right now, what happens if my data is actually my data is actually a Word, a text file, a TXT file, How can I bring this TXT file in? Now, I can actually straight away just go to insert. Now, let me just come here, insert. You notice the file just now, text from file. I can import it directly from there. Now, let me know if I'm going too fast. I'm just trying to complete this within the stipulated time. Okay, so I can't find it. So I have to change this one to all file, and I bring in the contact. When I insert it, this is how they look like. They will go into this particular file conversion. It doesn't matter. I will just click OK. So it comes in like that. Now, once I have this, I just select all this data. And what do? I just go to the table and tell them that please convert the text to table. So when I do that, they automatically detected that it has the number of columns. There are 8 columns, and they are using tabs to separate the text. Now, how do they know? Let me escape first. If I turn this tailgate on, then you see all the arrow. These arrows are tabs. So they auto detect for you. So I go to this, convert. Okay, there you go. It's converted into table. Okay, so this is a table that you get from your text file. So there are so many different ways of getting the data into Microsoft Word. Are we clear? So I'm going to select this and delete. So far, any question? Not showing you any magic, but I'm just showing you anything that related to Word.
No, so far okay.
So far, okay. Now I'm going to bring in a table now like this. Okay, so if I have a set of number, okay, I have a set. Let me turn off the to hide. So let's just say I have 100 here. This is the quantity. Okay. Okay, I'm going to insert another column to the right. Okay, so another column. And this is the unit price. Unit price. So I have 100 unit quantity and the price is $12.45. $12.45. So this one is product A. Okay, so what is the amount? Now I'm used to enter because Excel. Okay, so how are we going to know what is the amount? Can we write a formula like equal to this 100 times 12.45? Answer is no lah, because this is word table right? Word table. But what we can do is we can use layout to create a formula for this formula. Now I'm not going to use the formula as sum. You take a look, they are using the function called sum. Now it's not the sum. We need to multiply. But the question is, this is not Excel. How are you going to tell them 100 multiplied with 12.45? Now, you just have to assume that this is Excel. So this is column A, column B, column C, and column D. This is row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4, row 5. So this will be B2. So it equals to B2, then you multiply with C2. So the formula, B2 multiply C2. And what is the number format that you want to use? I want to use the number format like this. It's like Excel like that. So I just click OK. Now, if your maths is good, it should be what? 100 and? No. Times 100 is what? 1,245.
1,245.
So when I hit OK, answer is 1,245. It actually calculates for you. So what happens if I change this one to 200? In Excel, you will see instant changes, right? But here, no, you have to right click and update. Then it will become changed. So if you want to do any update, you can actually press Ctrl A and then you just press F9. Assuming this one is no longer $12, it's $16.55. So $16.55. This is no longer the updated figure already. So you can press Ctrl A to select all and you just press F9. Let's see what happened to 2490. It's 3310. So you press F9 to update. Okay, so if I buy a few other product, this one at 100 and the price is 25.46. Then this one I bought 13 unit and the price is 296 cents. Okay, and this one I buy. This one is actually the total. Okay, I put here total. So now I want the formula to be copied down. Can I copy the formula? So So I just copy and paste the formula. Now, if I select all, F9, it won't. This is not Excel. This, remember, this is not Excel. You don't just copy and paste the formula down like that. So you will need to write the formula one by one. Right? This one need to be removed. Right? Let's just say I update. It is still referring to C. Remember now we take C2 times D2, right? So they will still remember that formula, which means you have to remove this. You have to add in your own formula again. This is where it is not very friendly. Okay? It is not very friendly. So this one is equal to what? C3 times D3. Am I correct? Yeah, correct. I just tell them to use the format that I chose just now. Okay. Right? B3 just now, right? Why become 0? Okay, let's try again. It's B, C and D. It's actually B3 multiply with C3, right? Okay. B3 multiply D3. Yeah. Then this one is equals to B4 and multiply with C4. Okay, that's answer. So for this one, it's a lot easy. Yeah, you just sum the above. Sum the above. So I forgot to choose the formatting. Okay, so take that one, go back, choose the formatting. There you go. So this is 8,910. So for those of you who use Microsoft Word to design your invoices or your quotation, you want to do calculation, you don't have to use a calculator to do that. You only have to set up once. You set it up once, you change all this number, then all you need to do is just Control A, F9, everything updated already. So assuming this one, this person not buying 100, not buying 13, but 133. So all you need to do is just Control A, select all, and just press F9. Then everything is there already. Okay, I got two formula. Yeah, this is one of the formula. This is also another formula. We delete that. So let's Control A, F9 again. So this one is 37, 31,000. So altogether is 37,000 already. Get it? So just have to modify the value, and there you go. You can calculate. Now that's all they can do. Nothing more. Nothing more. So if can, this part of the table, use Microsoft Excel to do it. Use Microsoft Excel to do it. Do all the calculation from there, and just update it quickly over here. Right. So there are so many methods that you can bring. So use that. Don't use the calculation unless you are desperately need to do the calculation. Then you can insert the formula one by one. This is something I don't reckon you can do, but I just want to let you know it can be done. It can be done. Okay. Any questions so far regarding the table?
No, so far okay. This is really cool.
We have to calculate.
We can use a simple formula in words table.
Yeah, right. But very simple, very simple. Okay. Now, there's another topic that I want to go about today is the section. I think I spent too much time on table just now. Table is a very easy topic. Now, I want to talk about section. Did I mention anything about section to all of you? I think I did, right? Last week.
Yes.
Did I?
Yeah.
But let's reiterate certain thing. Let's reiterate certain thing. Now, for the section, you can actually divide your page into left and right section. Left, even, and odd section. Okay, so when you go to the layout, right, you notice that there is something called section over here, the break section. Okay, so there are even and odd. So when you say even, that means the page is an even page and the odd page. So page 1 is considered odd page now. Page 2 is considered even page. You guys understand what I'm saying? Right, so let me just go into this paragraph formatting here. You can actually tell them that you want to have a layout where there's a different even and odd page. You can also tell them that you want your first page to be special, so a different first page. This is where your header and footer come in. So I'm going to do a different odd and even page. So I'm going to do this. So now I got 2 pages, left and right. Usually we only have one type of header and footer, which is header and footer. But now we have left and right, right? Page 1 and page 2. So I'm going to click OK. Now, this particular document don't have any page numbering yet. So I'm going to double click here. I want to insert a page number. So I just go to the middle here. I go to the page number. I tell them that current page position, I just want the number here. Okay, so, or maybe I want to use the wording here called page number. So page 1. So down here, I got page 2 and so on. But the problem is, this is page 1. For odd page, here I don't have any page, but that suddenly down here I got page 3. Any pages that I go, see, remember I double click here, is page 1. So this is for odd pages, I will have this. Okay, so when I double click this, I use this one as red color. Let's say I use red color to show. So red color, page 1. Now page 2, nothing one. So I have to double click this, go in. Now this is the even page. So I insert my page. I'll tell them to use something like this. Number, then followed by the page. So this one, I'm going to use the color. I change the color a bit. I change it to purple. Purple is hard to see. Maybe green, green color, and it's bold. So you see up here, this is the even. So this is the odd page, and this is the even page. The even page is green in color. Okay, so let me just use this one. I will go into next page. So I will do a control enter. Control enter is a page break. Break. Then every title here, I just do a page break. Now you see this is page 2. This is page 3. Press control enter. Page 3. Then I have page 4, which is green color. Okay, so if I view this page like side by side now, multiple page, then you see page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. Okay, so they will have different kind of formatting. So if I want, this is page, then followed by 1, but this is 2 followed by page. You can design separately, right? So let me come here. I say, let's say I put their trainer. I put my name, Kelvin Ng. Okay, so you will notice something. It will not appear on the even page. It will only appear in the odd page. So I can go to this side of the page here. I say date 23rd August 2022. Okay, this is what I type here, and it will only appear on the right. So you have different even and odd pages. Now, this is particularly very good for those of you who write training manuals and also books, where you have your title at the top here, title, You can put there title, okay, Microsoft Word. Right, then this is on the left hand side of the page, you know. Now for the even page, it's on the right hand side of the page, so you can push it to the right. Okay, you can do this one. This maybe this one is the TTT session. TTT session. So you notice you can have two different what do you call that, header and footer with different kind of even and odd pages. Okay, so when I come out now, if I go for print, so first page, you will notice that only TTT here. When I go to the next page down here, right, I go to the next page, then you see, yeah, go to page 1. Page 1 is this one, title is Microsoft. Then page 2, TTT. Page 3, Word again. Page 4. So you can have different header and footer for your even and odd pages when you print. You guys understand? This is how they design the booklet, the booklet that you always see on the left hand side, on the right hand side. Hey, why the header and footer different one? Usually when we use Microsoft, we use header and footer, every page also the same one. But now you can have different even and different odd pages too. Am I saying it right? This is odd, this is even. So if you want, you can turn it on to show the marker. How is it? Do you like
Cool.
this hidden hidden footer?
So you can have a different type of format within a same word file.
Yes, left and right, left and right. Okay, so this is for different even and page. It's under section lah. This is actually set under section. So this is where we started. So I come here. This one. I want to push this. To this. I go to this break. I can have a choice of whether I want to break it to the even page or the odd page. So if I want to break it to the odd page, let's see what happened. We'll bring it here. It is still an odd page. Now, this is going to be very confusing for anyone who is designing this. So if you can follow, this is odd. When you break it to the even page. Break it to the even page so that it will go to the even page. And then this one become the odd page and then even again. Okay, always see where you are on the left, that means it's the odd page. You will break it. If you want to push it to the next page, don't choose the wrong one, If you choose the wrong one, you're going to mess up the whole entire system of your document. You know what I'm saying? So if this is odd, you must push it to the even. If this is even, you must push it to the odd in order to get it correct, so to speak. You understand? So there is something called the section break that you can break. Section break even page. So this is going to be complicated. It's going to be complicated unless you are very well versed with the documentation of or production of books. And you make sure you save a copy without all this formatting first. If anything goes wrong, you will have a hard time trying to solve the problem. If I were you, I would start all over again. It's easier to start all over again and don't make that mistake. Okay, so you have the even and the odd pages of your sections. Okay, all this while, when we talk about it the last 2 weeks ago, we actually talk about only this part, these two. We didn't talk about this. This will only come in when you have different even and odd page. Otherwise, it will not. Otherwise, it will not. And I realized that if you're using the latest version, they have something here new, which is called the text wrap. You can break separate text that is around on web pages. This one is such as the caption and whatever. So you want to make sure that the information is in a different area. You all need to go to the site. You want to break it, and you can do that when you have a picture. Now this is a little bit hard to present. I would rather you don't use this. Just use the text wrap will do lah. No need to do the text wrapping like this. So if I have a picture over here, if I want to put a picture in here, so I just insert a picture. Thing I take from the web lah. Let's just say I'll take this people here. Now, I believe last week we have mentioned something like text wrap. You click this, you go to this wrapping. This is called the text wrapping. You can decide how do you want to wrap. So square, this is how it looks like. So it's very similar to that wrapping that you see just now. So might as well just click this. No need to go to that. I don't know why they want to put together with the rest of them, but yeah, this is how it works. Now I can also choose to put it in front of text. See this one? In front of text. So I click this, and this picture now is covering the text. Covering the text. However, because of the new feature that we have, right, we can actually set the transparency. You see, the transparency can be set. Now, it is not behind the picture, it's in front of the picture, but there is a transparency. You notice that? So you can put this one over here. So it is like on top of the picture, there is a, on top of the text, there's a picture. So anybody who's trying to highlight cannot. When they move, this is the picture. So there are people who like to do this. They don't want to use the text wrap here that says square or circles or sorry, the type or whatever, but they just want to make sure that the picture is directly on top, but the picture is not 100% filled. So you go to picture, you can tell them to use and you don't want it to be so obvious, that kind of situation. Yeah, you can do that. So normally they use a very light color. So the text is outstanding, but the picture is like at the back. This is even little. It's two picture in front. If I do this, then I can read very little. Okay. So use the text wrap. Use the text wrap better. Just wrap it. Okay. Now, all these things that I show you this week, all the things that I show you this week is basically just to get you prepared for next week. Next week, we'll be talking about styles. We'll be talking about styles. So all the formatting that I show you since the previous week and this week are all formatting that I am doing manually. So I have not been doing this formatting manually. So you notice I am like, sometimes I don't know where to find it because I don't use this kind of formatting manually anymore. I use styles to control. Okay. Usually my document is automatically, is fully automatic, which means I just have to change one thing, my whole document is changed. I don't want to change one by one. I'm not going to do this highlight and then go and bold this one, make it bigger, green color. I'm not going to do that. Right? We're going to use styles to help us do this. Then after I show you how to apply the styles, I'm going to show you how we can use the style to help us do many other things. So that will be our topic for another day next week. Right. Okay, so any question? This is what I want to share with you this week. Did I miss out anything? No, it's just on table and styles. These two. Now you can ask me any question now. Thank you. Stephanie? Linus?
Good, I'm good.
If no, then
Well done.
if no, then nothing much to talk about until next week already.
Awesome.
Okay, sounds great.
Now, I just realized something. The timing is really crazy. If I'm teaching on site at customer place, the traffic is a killer.
Yeah.
Okay, the traffic. If I have to go to Klang and come back to Puchong,